This is not a hype video. This is not a prediction video. And this is not financial advice. This is a warning. Because one of the biggest economic shifts in modern history is already happening. Right now. And most people don't see it. Not because it's hidden, but because they're distracted, they're busy, they're comfortable, or they assume things will stay the way they've always been. But by 2030, the way money moves, the way value is stored, and the way opportunity is created is going to look very different from today. And if you ignore this shift, you won't just miss an opportunity. You could fall behind in ways that are very hard to recover from. Here's the reality most people don't want to hear. People don't usually fail to adapt because they're incapable. They fail because they're comfortable. They understand their current system. They know how banks work. They know how jobs work. They know how money flows, at least within the world they're used to. And when something new shows up, AI, digital assets, automation, it feels complicated, unnecessary, or even risky, so they ignore it. Or they tell themselves, I'll figure it out later. But later is where most people get left behind. We've seen this before. With the internet. In the early days, most people didn't take it seriously. Some thought it was a trend. Some thought it was only for tech people. Some thought it would never impact their lives. But over time, the internet didn't just improve communication, it replaced industries. Retail changed, media changed, banking changed, education changed. And the people who understood it early had a completely different trajectory than those who ignored it. Now we're seeing that pattern again, but this time it's bigger. Because it's not just communication, it's the entire economic system. This shift is not about one technology, it's about multiple systems evolving at the same time. Artificial intelligence is automating decision-making. Blockchain is changing how value moves. Digital identity is changing how access works. Tokenization is changing what ownership looks like. And automation is connecting everything together. Each one of these is powerful on its own, but combined, they don't just improve the system, they replace it. That's what most people are missing. This isn't an upgrade, it's a transformation. And here's the part that's important. Ignoring this shift doesn't feel dramatic at first. It's gradual, subtle. At first, nothing changes. Then slowly, new tools become normal. New systems become standard. New skills become expected. And if you haven't been paying attention, you don't notice the shift happening. You just feel like the world is moving faster and you're trying to catch up. Every major transition creates a gap between people who understand what's happening and people who don't. At first, it's just an information gap. Then it becomes a skill gap. And eventually, it becomes an opportunity gap. Because the people who understand early have time. Time to learn, time to adapt, time to position themselves. And time is one of the most valuable advantages you can have. Let's make something very clear. This is not about hype. This is not about chasing trends. This is not about guessing which asset will go up. This is about understanding systems. Because when systems change, everything built on top of them changes too. Jobs change, businesses change, markets change, opportunities change. And the people who focus on systems tend to make better long-term decisions than those who chase noise. So what should you actually do? You don't need to become a programmer. You don't need to master everything overnight. But you do need to start understanding how digital systems work, how AI is changing workflows, and how value moves in a digital environment. Awareness leads to positioning, and how automation is reshaping industries. Awareness leads to understanding, and understanding leads to better positioning. The real risk isn't that technology changes. Technology always changes. The real risk is being unaware while it happens. Because when you're unaware, you react late. you adapt slowly, and you miss the early phase where the biggest advantages are created. By the time something becomes obvious, it's usually already crowded. So here's the decision. You can ignore this shift. Stay focused only on what you already know, and hope the system doesn't change too much. Or you can start understanding it, step by step, without hype, without pressure, just awareness. Because the people who navigate transition successfully aren't always the smartest. They are almost always the most aware. If you want deeper breakdowns on XRP, AI, and the digital economy, subscribe. Let's go deeper into the mechanics. This isn't just about personal wealth. It's about the very balance of power between nations. We are entering the era of the neutral bridge asset. XRP is at the center of this transformation. Currently, the world uses fragmented systems that take days to settle. Trillions of dollars sit dormant in Nostro and Bostro accounts just to facilitate trade. This is inefficient. This is the industrial age attempting to serve the digital age. The XRP ledger provides a bridge that allows value to move as fast as information. It frees up that dormant capital, injecting liquidity into the global economy at a scale we've never seen before. This is the new plumbing of the world. But liquidity is only half the story. The other half is intelligence. AI is the engine that will manage this liquidity. We are moving toward a world where your wealth is managed by autonomous agents that optimize for you in real time. The institutions aren't coming, they are already here. They are integrating these systems because efficiency is a survival requirement. The banks that don't adapt will simply cease to be competitive. It's that simple. As these systems converge, the nature of labor itself changes. Automation will handle the logic and execution, leaving humans to focus on high-level strategy and vision. This is the new work paradigm of 2030. We must maintain our human value in this automated world. The tools should serve us, not define us. That's why intentionality is the most important skill you can develop over the next 6 years. Choosing how you use the tech. This is why my book focuses so heavily on the mindset shift. You can't navigate a new world with an old map. You need a new framework for understanding value, time, and opportunity in the digital age. I put it all in one place. From 2024 to 2026, your focus must be on education and infrastructure. Unlearn the 9-to-5 mindset. Learn how digital assets are secured. Understand the fundamental difference between price and utility. This is the groundwork. Spend time daily in the ecosystems you want to participate in. Don't just be a spectator, be a student. This is how you close the information gap before it hardens into a wealth gap. Time is your only non-renewable asset. By phase 2, you should be a practitioner. Use AI to automate your existing task. Manage your own digital identity. This isn't just about investing, it's about being a functional citizen of the 2030 economy. You need the skills. As we approach the end of the decade, phase 3 is about strategic alignment. Position your assets in your career where the growth is. Energy, data, and trust. These are the 3 pillars that will define the next century. By year 6, the window for massive advantage will be nearly closed. The systems will be standard. The regulations will be set. The entry points will be expensive. This is why awareness today is worth so much more than capital. Don't wait until 2029 to ask how the system works. By then, you are just a user of someone else's system. Be an architect of your own future. That is the invitation I'm extending to you through this documentary and my book. There will be days of doubt. There will be volatility that makes the headlines scream. But those who understand the systems remain calm. Awareness provides a peace that speculation never can. Stay the course. Use the framework. The future is not a destination. It's a series of decisions. And the most important decision you can make today is to stop ignoring the shift. Get the book. Join the community of the aware. Let's build the 2030 economy together. I'll say it one last time. This is a warning, but it's also an opportunity. The choice between falling behind and leading the way is yours. I've given you the tools. Now it's time for you to act. Be ready for 2030. I wrote this for you. For the beginner who wants expert level positioning, it's designed to be your survival manual for the next decade. Everything we've discussed today is broken down into actionable steps. Get the guide today. Act now. Mastering XRP, AI, and the digital economy before 2030. Click the link below. Don't let the window shut on your future. The shift is already happening. Be the one who saw it first. Link in the description. Be ready. I'll see you on the other side of this historic transition. Join the people who are choosing awareness over comfort. I'll see you in the new digital economy. Thank you for watching. Be ready for what is coming. It's time to lead. This vision of 2030 includes massive sovereign shifts. XRP isn't just for retail. It's being analyzed for settling national debts and providing a neutral liquidity layer for central banks. Meanwhile, we must govern AGI with ethics at the forefront, ensuring the individual flourishes in a post-labor world where creativity is the main currency. Let's discuss sovereign debt. Nations are drowning in legacy debt. The ledger provides a way to restructure value without manipulation. It's digital. As countries launch CBDCs, they will need a bridge asset that isn't controlled by a single government. That's the value proposition of XRP. It's a neutral, decentralized bridge for the world's value. It's the ultimate connector. As AI evolves toward AGI, governance becomes a central issue. Who controls the code? In a decentralized world, the code is transparent. We are moving from a system of trust me to a system of verify the code. That's security. This transparency is what will allow us to flourish. It prevents the monopolies of the past from dominating the future. The digital economy is a democratized economy, but only for those who have the key. Awareness is that key. In a post-labor economy, your value isn't your time, it's your vision. It's your ability to direct AI agents to create value. This is the ultimate leverage. It's the end of survival-based labor and the beginning of purpose-based creation. To truly master this economy, one must understand the XRP ledger's unique consensus protocol, which settles value in seconds without the energy waste of mining. Combine this with the clarity of Europe's MiCA regulations and the automation of high-level legal and accounting workflows, and you have the complete picture of the digital revolution. Imagine being able to bring any idea to life instantly. That is the world of 2030. But to get there, you must survive. The window is not just closing, it's half shut. The first movers have already positioned themselves, but there is still time for the second wave. That's you, if you act now. Don't be in the late majority, be in the wave of awareness. Your decisions today will ripple through your family's future for generations. This isn't just about money, it's about legacy. It's about being the one who saw the shift and had the courage to lead. Make that decision today. Be the leader. Get the book, Mastering XRP, AI, and the Digital Economy Before 2030, which is now available on Amazon. The link is in the description. Finally, we must look at the legal and regulatory architecture being built in the United States and abroad. This includes the evolving legal status of digital assets under various jurisdictions, the strategic management of the XRP escrow system, and the upcoming integration of institutional liquidity providers. Furthermore, we must account for the arrival of quantum computing and its implications for cryptographic security. These technical foundations are the silent guardians of the 2030 digital economy. ensuring that as we move into this new era, the systems remain resilient, transparent, and immutable for all participants.